Hello and welcome to Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through big news across Canada.
One person taken to hospital after 3-alarm fire in Leaside. Video shows arson suspect setting tow truck on fire, police. A thief will think twice, some Torontonians installing bollards to prevent auto theft. New details about sexual assault case against billionaire Frank Stronach. Toronto-bound lanes of QEW reopen in Niagara Falls after truck hits overhead sign. Inquest into beating death of a man at Don Jail 15 years ago will be held next month. SIU investigating after teen injured during interaction with police in Mississauga.
These were the headlines and let's jump right into the details.
All Toronto-bound lanes of the QEW in Niagara Falls have reopened after a dump truck hit an overhead sign late Friday morning. The highway was closed briefly at Mountain Road to remove the sign. Photos posted by police on social media show the damage caused by the collision. Police say the truck driver initially fled but has returned to the scene. No word on what charges will be laid. This is the second incident involving a dump truck this week that has resulted in the closure of the highway. On Tuesday, another dump truck struck a pedestrian overpass on the QEW in Mississauga, closing the highway in both directions for hours. Club steering wheel locks, Faraday cages, and Apple AirTags. Those are just few of the tools Toronto drivers have used in the last several years to protect their cars from theft, a crime so prevalent in the city that a vehicle was stolen every 40 minutes in 2023. Now, Torontonians are looking to another device to stand between their vehicle and potential thieves, retractable bollards. They are going to be putting in 3 metal barriers, basically to make sure a thief will think twice before stealing one of my vehicles, Larry Loud told Awaz News as the vertical posts were installed at his Toronto home. The design of the stainless steel posts is simple. Users pull them up when they want to secure the car and push them down when they are ready to drive. The posts themselves cost about $2,000 a piece, and the Bollard boys say they have been busy receiving requests for service across North America and as far as San Francisco. Bollards have also been seen for sale at several Costco locations in the Greater Toronto area as drivers get creative in their attempts to protect their cars in the face of a pervasive auto theft. According to most recent Toronto Police Service TPS data, car theft in the city has increased year over year since 2019, reached a height of 12,290 incidents in 2023, which equates to 34 vehicles a day or one theft every 40 minutes. So far this year, the city has seen 4,492 incidents of auto theft. Lau was one of the victims. His Range Rover was stolen from his driveway about a month ago. Surveillance video of the theft shows the suspect entering his vehicle just 45 minutes after he returned home from dinner. The luxury SUV was equipped with a club steering wheel lock, but the individual was able to dismantle it and get rid of the Apple AirTags Lau had installed. Police eventually recovered the SUV only for it to be stolen again from the repair yard. TPS is making progress in combating auto theft in the city. In March, the force announced the seizure of 48 stolen vehicles and the laying of 150 charges in connection with 2 separate but related undercover investigations. In 2023, TPS teamed up with the Ontario Provincial Police to launch the Provincial Carjacking Joint Task Force, which has resulted in more than 120 arrests, 730 charges, and nearly 160 stolen vehicle recoveries. Last month, the federal government outlined its so-called National Action Plan to combat auto theft, including measures like stronger penalties for thieves and increased information sharing between police agencies, government officials, and border enforcement. A coroner's inquest will be held next month into the death of 31-year-old man who was beaten to death while in custody at Don Jail 15 years ago. The inquest into the death of Jeffrey Monroe, who was killed by a fellow inmate at the Toronto Jail on November 7, 2009, is expected to last for 5 days and will hear from approximately 5 witnesses. The man responsible for Monroe's death, 26-year-old Troy Campbell, was subsequently found guilty of the murder and sentenced in 2012 to life in prison without the chance of parole for 12 years. At that time, A court heard that Campbell beat Monroe, an inmate in the psychiatric unit, to death after a squabble over a bag of potato chips. The attack, the court heard, was witnessed by multiple other inmates. The victim's mother, Kristen Monroe, previously said that her son suffered from mental illness and should have been in a psychiatric facility, not in jail. At the time of Monroe's death, his mother said her son hadn't been charged with a violent crime. The inquest will examine the circumstances surrounding Mr. Monroe's death. The jury may make recommendations aimed at preventing further deaths, a news release issued by the province on Friday read. Dr. Geoffrey Bond will be the presiding officer and the inquest counsel will be Kristen Smith, according to the release. The inquest will begin on July 8 at 9:30 a.m. Toronto police are searching for a suspect caught on video setting a tow truck on fire outside a house in Vaughan on Friday. Around 2:30 a.m., police were called to residence where a tow truck was engulfed in the flames in the City View Boulevard and Canada Drive area. Investigators released video of a potential suspect driving past the residence where the arson took place in a gray SUV with the no lights on before the truck was set on fire. Moments later, a suspect wearing dark clothing approaches the tow truck and pours what appears to be accelerant over the windshield, setting it on fire, police say. The video then shows the suspect breaking into the front passenger window and fleeing towards Summit Drive when the car alarm is set off. Emergency crews extinguished the fire and confirmed there was no one in the truck and there was no structural damage to the property. Investigators are asking members of the public to come forward if they have any information or video of the arson. One person was taken to hospital after a 3-alarm fire broke out at a building in Leaside Friday afternoon. Crews were called to 25 Commercial Road in the area of Laird Drive and Eglinton Avenue East just after 12:10 p.m. for the fire. Toronto Fire said crews encountered heavy smoke and fire on the west side of the building when they arrived. It escalated to a 2-alarm fire and then to a 3-alarm. Our crews made an initial attack. The fire has been pretty well knocked down. We are dealing with hot spots right now, Platoon Chief Paul O'Brien said. Some of the challenges that the crews did face were the intense heat of the fire on the west side, the heavy smoke conditions, and the atmospheric temperatures today. O'Brien said everyone inside the building was evacuated and one had to be hospitalized for the minor injuries. He noted that several firefighters were assessed in the cooling area, but no crew members were injured during the operation. The cause and the origin of the fire are unknown, O'Brien said. Fire investigators have been notified. The province's police watchdog is investigating after a teenage boy was injured during an interaction with Peel police officers in Mississauga on Thursday afternoon. According to Special Investigations Unit SIU, Peel police were conducting an auto theft investigation in the area of Winston Churchill Boulevard and Thomas Street at around 4 p.m. The SIU said several youths fled the area on foot, and when bike patrol officers caught up to one of the youths, a 15-year-old boy, he was arrested. The teen, the SIU said, suffered a serious injury during the interaction and was transported to hospital for treatment. It is not clear what, if any, charges the 15-year-old is facing. Sexual assault charges laid against Canadian businessman Frank Stronach involved 3 women who police allege were victimized in 1980, 1986, and 2023, according to documents recently filed in Brampton Court. Peel police previously confirmed that the 91-year-old billionaire was arrested early this month and charged with rape, indecent assault on a female, forcible confinement, as well as 2 counts of sexual assault. Police released few details about the alleged incidents, saying only that they occurred between the 1980s and 2023. As part of the conditions of his release, Stronach must surrender his passport, notify police of any change of address, and is not permitted to communicate with any of the 3 complainants, according to the documents. In a statement issued to Awaz News last Friday, Stronach's lawyer, Brian Greenspan, said his client categorically denies the allegations. Stronach founded Magna International Inc., an Ontario-based global automotive parts manufacturer but has had no affiliation with the company since relinquishing control in 2010, a spokesperson for Magna said last week. Last Friday, spokesperson for the Stronach Group, an entertainment and real estate development company that the billionaire also founded, said Stronach has not held a formal role or been involved with company operations in any capacity for several years. Stronach's next scheduled court appearance is on July 8 at 9 a.m.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.